Yay!
Stuff. This is given.
Ooh, I like your holding pattern image.
Yes, thank you. This is my first holding pattern image. My voice is quite soft, so I'm going to turn myself up.
No worries.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
And hopefully we get some chat. I'll have the stream up here. But since you're not playing, could you handle the chat mostly?
Yes.
Okay.
I can do that.
Oh, and just a reminder, try not to swear so much because my stream is supposed to be family friendly.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I will work on that.
I'm trying to get chat up on my second screen here, by which I mean my iPad.
Andre has some choice words about not swearing so much.
I don't think I have a chat filter on either, so... But that's not so much an issue. I don't think children are going to be reading the chat.
Derek.
Yeah, we're testing the levels and stuff. Tell us if anything is off or bad.
Yeah, how's the audio? Ooh, I like that you got actual different little shades of gray and Ramby there.
Yeah, I had to do that because otherwise it was one solid block of color. I could have done it with Clapper and stuff too. Okay, we're here. I'm on. Alright, I see Derek's comment.
Yes, Twitch, I know Milo's live. I'm on his channel right now. Popping up an overlay over your stream to tell me that your stream has started.
Well, it's good that I'll let you know, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Right, so levels, I think. Yeah, let us know. My voice and Gibbon's voice should be a little bit louder than the game, I guess.
La
so
la la
yes.
la.
Me. I could be a little louder. Okay, that's good feedback. Thank you, Derek. Andre and Derek. They both have little snowflake symbols. What does that mean?
That was from the Direct Relief charity last year.
Oh, okay. Yes, testing the mic. Doom, 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 doom. That's the level. I'm going to put myself even higher. And I think that will probably be fine, hopefully. Yes, and while we're here, before the stream starts properly, I wanted to talk about the contest that Special Agent Ape, aka our friend Andrew, is running in concurrence with this relay event. So we've got all the streamers playing DKC2 during this week, but we also have contests running on the forums. There's 3 separate contests. Writing contest, audio-visual contest, and an art contest. Now, as we speak, I believe there's only 2 entries for the writing contest, one from Jeff and one from Scraps. There's 1 entry for the audio-visual, that's a song written by Cody, aka Lighthouse. And there's only 1 entry to the art competition, which you're looking at right now. My pixel art of the animal buddies from DKC2 is the only entry that I could see in the forum thread. So get your pencils out, people, and submit an artwork. The prizes are, as Ape says, you'll get a custom neon on the forum, an avatar. DKU neon, he specifically said. And you'll also get the satisfaction of having made something cool for a monkey game. So,
speaking of, Special Agent Ape is now in chat.
Ah, hello Ape. Yes, please submit to the stuff.
Stilts is here.
Because otherwise I'm going to win, and I already like my neon, so I don't know what additional neon I would request.
I know, right?
Like my Twitch icon is the twinkly.
I've had the mini DK for so long.
Yeah.
I actually changed it once, and it just bothered me so much that I changed it back within an hour.
Yeah, your Twitter avatar is Mini Pauline, right?
Yes. So I guess that's a possibility. And my Discord avatar was some of the Donkey Kong Jr. arcade art, the nice little stylistic DK head, but I'm currently using a icon that Courtney did. Oh, hello Courtney, speaking of.
Oh, Courtney,
Your
how's it going?
wonderful artwork.
Good to see you. Ooh, Stilts has got writing projects.
Excellent.
Derek, I
excellent.
can't draw either. Like, I'm absolutely terrible at it, which is why I learned how to pixel art, and even that I'm not great at.
I used to know how to draw in the distant past, and I get sad every time I try to go draw up a character or something and realize that I haven't practiced that in like 15 years. Yo, it's Jeff.
Hey, it's
What's up,
Jeff.
Jeff?
Okay, well, it's just hit the hour, so I think we might start the game. What do you say?
Cool.
Cool.
What are we doing again?
Donkey Kong Country 2.
Yes, but like, I want to say Gloomy Gulch.
You're correct. All right,
Okay, cool.
Let's start. I'll do a little reset. When I put up the archive, I'll cut the pre-stream out, so we'll start again.
Oh, why? Okay.
All right, well, we'll leave it then. Fine. But just in case I do cut it out, I'm Milo. Welcome. I'm joined today by a very special co-host. I am Gibbon.
I was about to say who's the special co-host because there's just me.
Good one. Okay, I'm gonna switch now to the thingy.
I main Inkling, and she doesn't need to be nerfed, so y'all just need to get better. Sorry, I'm talking to chat.
Oops, I picked the wrong file. Hold on a second. Reset. There we go. We'll get the nice title screen anyway, so that'll be good.
Jeff asks who our Smash mains are.
I've got a few. Oh no, that looks wrong. Crap. I
doesn't
set all this
matter.
up, I swear.
We just tested this, didn't we?
Oh, that looks terrible.
Hmm.
I did make
I
a
don't know,
few
it looks
small
fine
adjustments
on
to
the
the
screen.
layout. So let me just
Movie
change
Gulch
it all
is starting a new file. Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
Oh wait, maybe if I... No, that's weird. I don't know why it's done that. So bear with me, I'm sorry.
There is that Dixie hat and wig in the Mii Fighters.
Here, you can watch the gameplay demo while we fiddle with this. Alright, 43.5 pixels. See, it wasn't... It was doing a weird resolution thing before, so I think it was right
Oh,
before.
man.
But anyway, that should be
So-
correct now.
It's fine on your screen share, but there's some weird. No, oh, never mind. It's fine now. Ignore me.
Yeah, that's a side effect. I'm sorry about that. Okay, everything should be fine now. Cool. Alright, time to get started. Hi, I'm Milo. I
Hi.
am...
I'm Gibbon.
Yes, I'm not really active on the DK Vine forum anymore, but I am responsible for the comics article feature on the main site and also the half-finished honorable mentions feature. And Gibbon, my co-host here, runs dkgoda.com, the companion site to DK Vine.
Hooray! And on this episode of the Arcade Era Power Hour, we're talking about a game the site doesn't cover. No.
But it has arcade-relevant elements to it, I'm sure.
It does have arcade-relevant elements to it, actually. A lot of mechanics and stuff in this game are inspired by Donkey Kong Jr.
Oh yeah, the
from
vine climbing.
The way Diddy goes up the vine climbing
Yep.
to a lot of the necky stuff with the spitting of eggs and whatnot.
Right.
Just DK being captured and locked up. Just a lot of Donkey Kong Jr. references all over the place there, actually.
Wow, chat's moving a lot faster than my usual stream, but I'll say howdy to Tito, echoing his greeting there, and hello Cameron Regal as well.
Oh, hey Cam.
Good to
Hey,
see you.
Tito.
So, let's get started.
How is-
Yesterday,
awesome.
Josh from the Geek Critique very expertly played through Crazy Creme Land and got up to this point, so that's where we're going to take over. Yes, now here we have the issue. Since we saved the game, we've lost all our coins and all our lives. has he paid for Funky? Jumping my jet and jive, Clive. No, he hasn't. So we're going to have to grab 2 coins. Josh actually did this at the start of his stream. I'll play an actual fun level so I can get some coins. I think, as long as I remember, before I finish my stream, I'm going to make sure I've paid for Funky.
It's a DK coin,
and then
you're not in charge anymore.
Yeah. So this is a 102% run. That means we're getting all the bonus coin, the Creme coins and all the DK coins.
Yet I do realize that they are Cranky's Video Game Hero coins in this game, specifically also in Donkey Kong Land 2, in Donkey Kong Country 3, in Donkey Kong Land 3, in Donkey Kong Jungle Climber,
Can't believe I did that.
and pretty much everywhere else they appear, they're referred to just as DK coins. And that's
I'm not getting any coins actually. Why don't I move over to Rickety
Oblivion.
Yeah, I will say that the manual has both. It has a heading that says Cranky's Video Game Hero coins, and then underneath it says these DK coins are hidden through the levels and stuff. So the DKCT manual calls them both, but every other game calls them just DK coins. So for the sake of consistency with the series, I'm going to be calling them DK coins. Oh my god, why am I doing this? I'm not this bad at this game.
I was about to say that it's a good thing Milo's playing because I'm bad at video games.
If I knew where there was an easy way to get to banana coins, I would do that, but...
I was about to say all boss levels have banana coins.
That's true.
I'm not sure. Does Cudgel actually have banana coins?
We were discussing this in chat the other day. Apparently every boss level...
Ooh, Courtney says there's a coin at the beginning of Hornet Hole.
Hornet Hole, okay. That'll be good. Yeah. Okay, so it's just there. You just run left and...
exit out.
Oh, you just jump. Great. That's so easy. Yeah, so apparently every boss, with the possible exception of Cudgel, has 2 2 banana coins in there, except for K. Rool as well. That's the final boss. So, yes, now we'll finally get to the Gulch.
Yay!
Wrong way, this way.
Other way,
Great.
yep. Wrong
Let's just
warp.
admire
No, wait,
this.
that's something else.
This map screen just for a little second here. It's lovely. I mean,
always
this is
love
one of
this
the
map
first
screen.
games that I ever really fell in love with. Oh, sorry, I didn't linger on the Gloomy Gulch map screen, but here we are in Ghostly Grove. Oh yeah, there's a cloak there. I guess I killed him. Oh well. So yeah, I did refresh myself the other day. I did a test run of the game to remind myself where the bonuses are and stuff, but I might still not remember, so I'll do my best. Let's grab coins because we might need them. You know, it's throwing me off a little because there's a little bit of lag because of the technical setup we've got here. There's a little more, like, the frame rate's not great, and there's a little bit of delay more than I am used to. So that's what I'm going to blame if there's any instances of subpar gameplay today. Oh, great. Yep. Speaking of which. Yes. So yeah, thanks for the advice there, Courtney. Ape says that the GBA version of this song sounds like it's drunk. So that'll be good. We're actually going to get to that later. I mentioned this on the socials and stuff, but when we're finished this, because it only took Josh like half an hour to beat his, so surely I can do this in half an hour. But I'm going to be playing the GBA version after this.
Plays through the game way better than anyone from DK Vine so far. And then Courtney's going to play on Saturday and just shame all of us.
Oh yeah, she's a proper speedrunner. She knows how to do this game properly. Ow! No way. Why did you...
When it works anyway.
That hedgehog should have kept walking. Alright, so...
Did he just went right through the ghost guys there?
So that's the first secret in the level, is you got to roll jump off to the left there. But I missed the jump part of the roll jump. And again, I'm going to blame the game dropping my inputs or something. Not so. Yeah, so I was sort of thinking maybe I'll try and get all the Kong letters as well as an extra challenge, but maybe I'm not even going to need extra challenges. The ordinary challenge might be enough of a challenge for me today.
Kong % for life. I've actually been
Yeah, I like
I'm
that
not gonna lie and
Returns
say
and
I've
Tropical
started,
Freeze made
but-
that part of the game. That's really cool.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie and say I've started doing this, but I want to route out a
Oh, you're kidding.
route, speedrun route for the game.
This is actually getting dangerous, so I'm gonna do a little. Yep. So we got a nice save state there. Because if I die, I'm actually gonna go back to Crazy Kremlin with no banana coins. We don't want to do that again. Although we know the technique now. Just go to King's Sting. Oh crap, dude. Oh boy. Sorry, Andre, this is the first game over in the relay. Yikes. Yeah, I haven't seen this screen very much, to be honest. That's
Yeah.
just a little humble brag for you, but
Oh man. This is totally Virtual Boy colors right there.
and the models are so detailed. I never noticed that.
I had to have seen this screen a million times as a kid, but I
Hmm.
have no recollection of this.
It's a lot cleaner
I
than
don't
the
know,
title screen.
I really like Donkey Kong Country 3, and I probably play it the most of the original trilogy, so I'm very familiar with its game overs.
Yeah, so there you go. It put me back in Crazy Kremlin with no coins, but so since I have that save state, I'm going to use it. But it is kind of putting me at a disadvantage because we're on 0 lives. I wonder if a grinding session of the stream would be acceptable. Back to Pirate Panic. I mean, that's one of Cranky's oft-repeated advices in the original DKC, is go back to Jungle Hijinks and just grind for lives if you're having trouble. He didn't know about the infinite one-up glitch, though.
Cranky's actually supposed to have a lot more advice in Donkey Kong Country 1, but there was a glitch that makes him only repeat like the first 10 of them or something.
There we go. Jumped a lot earlier and Dixie's ponytail saved me, so there's the DK coin and we're good to go. Oh crap! Woo!
And that's the stream, folks. Thanks for watching.
The fact that I thought I could do this. The hubris. Okay, no more Kong percent. Forget it. Wait.
Oh, half an hour is how long it's going to take us to get through this level, Jeff. Maybe just beat the level and then we can like start select out of it as we get stuff.
It's not a bad idea.
Oh god.
I'm serious. The performance is screw me, I think. Okay. Yes. All right.
No. Ah.
Okay. What are we gonna do? Okay. Yep. Grinding. Quick grinding. Let's do it.
Is there what's the performance hitch?
The game's just not running perfectly smoothly, you know.
Is it a frame rate thing? Or
Yeah, I believe so.
is it something that can be adjusted in like the emulator settings?
Oh, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, so welcome to the DKC2 relay. You all came here to see Gangplank Galleon, didn't you?
So, Andre, I'm one of the first people who will parrot the frame rate doesn't matter argument. But you see, that comes with the caveat of like 30 frames per second is fine. 60 is better, but 30 is fine. But that also has the caveat of you need a steady frame rate and you can't drop anything.
Absolutely. It needs to be stable and it needs to be such that, you know, it's responding to your inputs and not failing to respond to certain inputs.
Ape says you could maybe turn on frame skip if you're dropping frames.
Turn on frame skip. Okay, so that's something in the settings, is it?
I'm sure. I don't know. I don't actually do emulators a whole lot anymore.
Frame skip, frame skip. I got VSync on. I could probably turn that off.
Whenever you're done fiddling with the settings, turn the video share back on.
Oh yeah, bugger. Frame skip.
Language.
Oh, I'm sorry. Frame skip is set to auto, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, screen share. Whoops! Oh boy, that's gonna come up, isn't it? Screen share. Woohoo! Peek behind the curtain here. Okay, we all good?
I don't think the SNES can handle Sea of Thieves Water. I want somebody to hack DKC1 and put in all the DK Land 1 levels.
That would
So
be
you
amazing.
get through the first King K. Rool fight, and then there's like 4 more worlds. I'm not sure what I'd add hacking DKC2.
I noticed some cool parallax tricks, actually, during my recent practice playthroughs of this game. Okay, I've done one quick grinding sesh. Why don't I save state there just in case, and then yeah, we'll start on the Gulch properly this time. So 16 minutes into, past the hour, and we're starting for real. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Gibbon. Milo is on.
Hello. I'm good at this game usually.
We totally believe you. I
Well,
totally believe you. I totally believe in you.
Thank you. Thanks for the confidence. But I grew up playing this game. I know it really well. But I guess I know a certain version of it well. A version that is running at a stable frame rate.
That's fair.
Oh, are you serious? That should be possible with Diddy. Also, I'm used to the PAL version. I'm sure that makes a huge difference. Yeah, a lot of games in this era ran a lot worse in the European release because they were made in Japan or America and they were converted for 50 Hertz displays. So they run slower or they just run badly. Whereas the Donkey Kong Country games that were developed in Britain, and so they're optimized for both settings. So the PAL version does not run slower or anything, it runs perfectly well. They're equivalent. Are you serious? Why do you turn around there? It's just completely illogical. Alright. Get that guy out of the way. I'll do this as slowly as I can.
Aha!
He respawned,
Save state.
by the way.
Save state right now.
No! Wait. Nobody else did that kind of scumming, and I don't want to be the first one to do that. Even though it might be necessary.
Oh man! Oh man!
I'm already
Oh, no!
losing it.
Oh no!
Holy hell!
Oh hey!
How did that work out?
Bonus room! Yes!
That was a total, Three Stooges fumble around and then success. Did the Three Stooges do that?
There's a scene in a Shakespeare play that the stage directions are just does everything wrong, and then looks at the other person. Like that? And it's like, oh man, Shakespeare was so relatable.
Oh, God.
Oh no! Damn you, porcupines.
Alright, we're fine. Is that the first kaboom in the game?
I don't know.
But yeah, the ghost rope's the gimmick here. DKC 3 had ghost barrels as an extension of this. But, we have been getting those, okay. Oops. Oh, this one. I don't know how I'm going to do this
Yeah.
with this frame rate. It was hard enough in practice.
Yeah, I know, right? I had trouble with this on a real thing with the stable frame rate, so I don't know what you're gonna do.
There we go. Oh! The secret is jumping before the first ghost rope appears.
Yeah,
Cool beans.
boy.
Yeah. I looked up the Donkey Kong Country 2 comic that was printed in a special version of Germany's Club Nintendo magazine, which I translated and put up on my blog a while back. That was ages ago, actually. Anyway, I checked it for something to talk about related to Gloomy Gulch, but not much really happens there. See that circle of bananas? It was hiding a secret G. I remember them jumping on ghost ropes, but there weren't really any memorable jokes or anything in that section. Okay. Sometimes they hide things with cloaks where they throw a bunch of stuff and then they throw something good for you. Cool. So we got the Kong, we got the target properly. That's that level completely cleared. Thank goodness.
So, yes! Exclamation point. Good. Good.
Excellent. Let's stop in at Monkey Museum. We have 3 coins, so we won't be able to get all of Cranky's advice. I was hoping for more frames this time, but no, don't let old Cranky do anything. Just give him some third-rate stand frames. That's funny, considering what I was complaining about.
Yeah, I know.
Here's a fraction of my enviable knowledge. Oh, it's all free for the start. Things are starting to look up on this level.
I wonder who he mains in Killer Instinct.
Some of his dialogue is sort of like cryptic crossword clues. So at the start you look up, and there was a click there, but I don't know what he's really talking about. Here's a tip that I think's great. The door is by the clamp on, and so is the crate. Finishing this level is cause for celebration. By all means, go over the top. Where you find one, there may be 2. Well, that's awful. So Haunted Hall is the next level coming up. Time for a couple of games on this here, Killer Instinct. So yeah, he is a fan. Is that a poster in the background of, who is it, T-Hawk? Or is that just part of the cabinet art?
There looked like there was a poster for a character in the background.
So there's the cabinet on the right that says $2.
Yeah,
I can't tell if it's
KI
broken.
on the side there.
Yeah, it's got the logo. I think the screen is smashed, but yeah, I couldn't tell if the
it's
black
hard to
thing in the
tell.
background is a poster or another cabinet. I think it might just be a poster.
Yeah, looks like a poster.
Thunder. So Cam says it's Thunder. So let's say that he means Thunder. Don't you have a knock? Blah, blah, blah. Alright, so where there is 1, there might be 2. When I played this level, I always took that to mean that you go left here, you jump, and that looked like 1 banana bunch, but it was actually 2. You see, I was on 86 and I got to 106. But I think what he actually means is that when you get to the bonus level, there's another bonus level there. So Haunted Hall is a really cool concept for a level because it reuses the roller coaster idea from Crazy Kremland, but it recontextualizes it and it gives you this awesome new background. Oops. Okay, so I missed the second bonus stage. I don't know how I ever found it as a kid, but yeah, so we've got this cool haunted library thing going on. And I think this is the only bonus stage I can think of where it's collect the stars, but there's not, like, there's more stars than
Yeah, I was about
you
to
need.
ask that.
Yeah, it's the only one I can
Because I
think
think
of.
I'd tear my hair out if you needed to collect all of them.
I don't think it's possible, to be honest. Sorry if I talk over you at all. I'm used to streaming on my own and having to fill silence a lot.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm usually the one who has a problem with accidentally talking over somebody else, so I figured it's
that's just an
fair
issue
play.
with the voice call thing. Oops.
I don't know.
So I can easily beat this level, I promise you, without hitting any minor spells. I promise. Oh, crap. I think you can hit 2 on this one and still make it. Oh, apparently not. You can hit 1 and still make it. Oh, I missed that one.
Well,
Well, I get another chance.
oh, hello, Mint. How's it going?
Hi, Mint. Thanks for liking my tweet or whatever it was.
Mint is from Courtney's Discord.
Oh, cool. Oh, crap. Yeah, so Cackle is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of... it's an enemy that only exists for this stage to fill this role.
I was about to ask about Cackle's different colored bandanas.
That's a good question, actually. I think it's just for flavor, really, but almost every one of them has a different color. I'm not sure if they repeat at all. But yeah, there we go. Oh, I did it again. Well, we'll come back to this level. We need to get the first bonus anyway. Well, that's where the path rejoins up. I'm just showing you all the content of this level, you see. That's why I did that. So, Cackle was originally going to be a Kremling and not just a skeleton. You can see a beta version of its design in
the Mr. X.
yeah, Mr. X. It's in a German strategy guide and possibly also an issue of Nintendo Power, but the German strategy guide is the only one that like mentions him and calls him Mr. X. He's got this whole like old-timey military uniform on and everything. It's really cool.
It's always interesting seeing what early stuff leaks out there that we then obsess over for the end of time.
Get it over with. That's a nice laugh, by the way. That laugh, do they use that for something else, like K. Rool or something?
That's a good question.
Oh my goodness.
Who provides K. Rool's onks voices?
That's a good question. I'd be tempted to say Chris Sutherland because he's the Killer Instinct announcer.
The Robo Kremling helicopter thingy from DKC3, which turned out to be, I believe they confirmed that was an early design for the owls with the
Carbines?
Yeah, the carbines.
Yeah, although we've also taken that it could possibly be the crosshairs that are in the
Yeah,
level.
I like the common fan wing that's crosshair, but
Yeah.
I believe they actually confirmed that was an early carbine design.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, Crosshair who menaces you as Squidder throughout most of that level, but you also take control of it during one of the bonus stages.
Yeah.
Okay, I paused here so I could do a save state, except I forgot that my controller's not working.
Whoops.
The pause button doesn't work, but I have pause on the keyboard. Oh, this is just terrible.
I like taking that as the crosshair design.
Yeah.
Because that means that everyone who's made DK, the three major companies, Rare, Payon, and Retro, have now all had giant gorilla robots in their games. Because Payon had it in Barrel Blast, and I guess technically Monster put the giant gorilla robot in the 3DS port of Returns. But, yeah, I like that. 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 I like that
There we go. Yes, indeed. Did they do all those levels by themselves? Is that confirmed, or did Retro help them at all?
I don't actually know. That's a good question.
Gibbon,
Yes.
I'm gonna try stopping the screen share
Okay.
to see if that improves performance.
Go for it.
Wait, I don't want to do that actually. Whoops. I accidentally just quit Discord without thinking, but I'm actually going to need to start it up again so I can chat to Gibbon. I've cut him off. Oh, this is bad.
I believe in you.
Oh, you're back. Hello. Okay, so
Well,
that's
from
running.
my perspective, you're back, but
Okay. So run the thing, load the game, and I'll see if performance is improved. That was human error. User error.
Milo not admitting he's human.
I don't know. I'm only half human. Oh, this is so terrible.
We can all see that you're a little Christmas light.
That's true. I'm an artificial life form. So performance hasn't actually improved that much.
But has it improved at all?
Possibly.
Come on. Oh, why'd you do that jump?
I don't know. I wasn't thinking.
You got impatient. You got greedy.
I did. Like, a lot of this game for me is muscle memory, and these tiny little things that throw me off completely wreck it. But also, I probably didn't do this bonus stage much because it's so hard to get into, you know?
Yeah, it's fair.
I remember missing that jump after the yellow cackle lots of times to get to this bonus stage.
I like how earlier you were like, I don't want to be the first one to save scum, and now you're just like, reset!
Yeah, that's completely out the window. Maybe I can blame SNES 9X because usually I use the integrated emulator inside OpenEMU, which I believe is a different core. Like, I used to use SNES 9X all the time when I was... Oh, I did it again, didn't I? There was a time in university when I went back to the Super Nintendo and played all the games that... All the, like, big RPGs that I missed out on. Yeah, I did it again, I'm sorry. So I used SNES 9X to play Earthbound, Chrono Trigger, the two Lufia games on the SNES.
Yeah!
Final Fantasy, no, not Final Fantasy, because I'd already played those through the GBA. I think I must have replayed Mystic Quest, because that was fantastic, but I'd already played that. That was one of the few RPGs that did get released in our region. A lot of it just didn't get released in PAL because I guess they didn't want to bother translating it to all the different European languages. Oh my goodness. This is really embarrassing, but this is also one of the most demanding sections of the game in terms of inputs.
Oh, that reminds me. Did I mention that I finally got around to getting a repro card of Energy Breaker?
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's a strategy RPG that's in the Luffy universe. Gosh.
Also, and English repro card, obviously. I also got an English repro card of Just Breed and the Amy in Sonic 1 mod.
So welcome to the Haunted Hall 3rd bonus stage stream where for For hours upon hours, I play nothing but the Haunted Hall 3rd bonus stage.
Let me take a wild guess which one of those you have questions about, Andre.
Yeah, I absolutely cannot pay any attention to chat right now, I'm sorry.
That's fine. I will fill white space, and you play this
again.
bonus level. So, how's chat doing?
How is chat doing?
You're right, it is better than Beaver Bother.
Oh, we should talk about the DK64 stream.
We should. Jimquisition just did a podcast about it, actually. Man, that was so surreal to watch live.
Oh, thank goodness. We got through it. Now I just have to go back for the second bonus stage and get the DK point and finish the level. So why don't we save state?
I like how you almost jumped over the top at the end of the bonus level.
I don't think it's possible.
Yeah, that deserves a Flavio.
Yay, Flavio. By the way, I don't think I said that I remember where the laugh comes from, because in the true ending, well, spoilers, K. Rool gets away in his boat. You can hear that exact same laugh.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yes.
Interesting.
It plays through twice, I believe.
We've
And there's the
decided
DK coin. It's
that
very easy to get in this level, thank goodness.
we need to make a hack of the game that just replaces that laugh with the one clip of Courtney's boyfriend laughing off screen, cackling joyously at something he's playing.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't realize that would also replace Cackle's cackle.
It would.
That's almost better.
I love all the unique graphics for this level. The whole background is completely only used on this one stage.
Really?
All
Is
the
it only
gates
used
and
on this
stuff.
stage?
Yeah. Okay, it's
But
coming
then,
up.
like, there's also, like...
There it is. Okay. See, I missed the jump.
There's
So
an entire...
glad I made that mistake.
I don't know, it's not a tile set, but
There
like
we
an
go.
environment set for,
Mm.
like, on foot segments of roller coaster levels. You know?
Oh yeah, that's true. The wooden planking and stuff.
And it's just not used anywhere. I imagine you could get some levels out of that in like an expanded remake.
So the roller coaster going backwards is like a very interesting thing.
Oh, I remember this bonus.
Oh, actually, I just skipped it because I quit out of the level, but there's a weird thing when you reverse out of that bonus stage and then immediately go straight into the first one, which doesn't make any sense in terms of physics. But I'm just going to take a little breather here because all that save stating was really rough on my nerves. So let's admire this map screen. This is ghostly, no, this is what's it called, Gloomy Gulch. A gulch is a term for some kind of tree-ish area, I guess. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Let's look it up. Yay, Gulch.
But I like how the haunted
A
library
narrow-
of Haunted Hall looms over the landscape
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Tower of
It's
Terror like.
Yeah, so a gulch
Mhm.
is a noun. A narrow and steep-sided ravine marking the course of a fast stream.
Okay. We don't actually see any streams in any of the levels.
Yeah.
Although the sort of Webwoods kind of haunted forest type archetype reminds me the most of the Riverside levels from DKC3.
Huh.
Can you see a river
Yeah.
on this map? Is there maybe that green line in the bottom left and in the bottom right that might be like a stream going through?
Maybe?
There's definitely a lot of fog later on, which suggests that there is some waterworks happening.
Yeah, this map doesn't actually look like a gulf by any stretch of the imagination.
Alright. Oh, there's a lot of cool stuff happening in chat, but I have to keep playing. We're on a time limit here. Because I really want to play other versions of the game, as long as this doesn't take too long. But yeah, we can see... Aha!
Yeah, Banshee Swamp is nice, but also really frustrating.
What's Banshee Swamp? Oh, right.
It's a Jungle Beat level.
Cool.
I'm pretty sure that's one of the ones where Courtney just lost it and started cursing.
Oh, she streamed Jungle Beat?
Yeah, she.
That's nice.
I loaned her my setup,
Cool.
my bongos, and a copy of the game.
So Rattly is kind of a trade-off in this level, because he can be a little difficult to control. It also means you can't pick up things like I couldn't grab that treasure chest.
Oh no!
So that's why I deliberately lost him right there. Yeah, it wasn't a mistake. That was completely on purpose.
Okay, we believe you.
Yeah, and sometimes you gotta do a leap of faith because you know that those leaves are gonna start moving and the wind's gonna catch you. Oopsie. Yeah, okay. Should have been using Dixie anyway.
Oh man, so DKC3 GBA has a great underwater level with currents that makes
Yes.
use of this leaf texture.
Oh, great. So I don't have a Diddy and I don't have a Rattly. The aim down there, by the way, was to clue you in to use the super jump. Now, if I go in there, I won't actually be able to come back. But that's okay. We'll. Oh, I missed it anyway. Good grief. I can go back. Yep, there we go. Dixie is very powerful in this game and all games. She's often the best choice, particularly for new players. But yeah, she's pretty much the only partner I used in Tropical Freeze. Now I can't remember. Does this level have a breakable wall? Oh, it has a cannon. Okay, that's good. So we don't get the safety net of Dixie's hair, but the wind helps you out there. Yeah, I think I actually agree with Courtney. Like, using Rattly in this level is actually a detriment. Oops. Ah, great. Cool. 55. You know what I like to do in this game is get all the bonus coins and then spend them all in Clubber's Kiosk. Then go back to Pirate Panic and do the cheat to get 75 so that your total isn't stuck at 0 at the end. It's like having a cake and eating it too. You get all the bonus stages and you get to keep all the coins.
You know, the correct version of the phrase is eat your cake and have it too.
Ooh. So there's a little something that just happened. And I agree with you because the primary purpose of cake is to eat it. So
Whoops.
having it is the bonus. Although I don't know what the bonus is really when you have it. Do you just look at it, or
I have
are you
not
saving it for
heard
later?
The theory that Screech's sprint was supposed to be in this world, but I could see that.
There are no bramble stages in this world, but it fits.
Are there bramble stages in every other world?
Well, no. Only in Krem Key and Crazy Krem Land.
I don't know. I can see that of having them just be like, because you have the pirate ship at the end of DKC1 where it's just like the only thing is the boss fight, and without Screech's sprint, like
Ugh. I went too
I can
far
see
and
them
then
trying to fill out some flying croc, so it's more than just a boss fight. But
wow. So there are ways to play this game that don't involve you screwing everything up, but that's just something I never mastered. Actually, an interesting thing about watching these streams of other people playing this game, as I've been doing this week, is seeing how, like, because I'm so familiar with it, there's little things that I typically or habitually do in certain levels, and other people have different habits and different ways of doing things, and that's been really interesting to see because, you know, if you've only ever played a game on your own and never watched anyone else play it, then your methods are the canonical methods for you, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't we skip? Can I roll jump under that? I don't think I can because the wind is against me the whole way, right? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, stay here. Okay. We're gonna swap characters and we're gonna hover over to that corner. Perfect. Cool. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is a section where you actually wait for the wind to stop, otherwise you go way far out of control. Oh boy.
Nice save. And yeah, I'd love to hear an expansion on that Screech's sprint theory, stilts,
Is there something here?
as well as what you mean by the mathematical structure going on there. When you think about it, it's kind of weird that we don't actually get levels set inside any Flying Croc dreadnoughts until like King of Swing and Jungle Climber.
And at that point, you know, I better get Rattly just in case to get to that one bonus stage.
Courtney points out you can save now.
Oh, finally, I can legitimately save.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I can quit this level at any time now that I've beaten it. Yeah. I like that continuity in King of Swing, how K. Rool has this big airship thing, and it's called the King Cruiser 3, which refers to the fact that there was the Flying Croc in this game, and then whatever the airship was in 64 that he briefly pulls out only to crash it immediately because of K. Lumsey, I think, stops him.
And then in Jungle Climber, you got the K Cruiser 4. Oh, Milo, did you... We were talking about it on Courtney's server a while back when she was going through DK64. But apparently in Japan, K. Lumsey is K. Rool's little brother.
Oh. I did not hear that. Yeah, so that level is really easy to clear. You just bounce over the whole thing, the wind is with you. And yeah, simple.
Let's see, so...
Oh, a triple life. Oh no, I missed it!
Stilt says... It mostly sticks to particular rules that other games don't, like how there is 3 of every stage archetype, not counting bonus rooms and bosses. Ooh, interesting.
I didn't realize that, Stilts. That's really interesting. Oh, it's coming up on stream now, but see how I missed the blue balloon? They're so rare, but...
Also, that counts Animal Antics as the third jungle stage, and Haunted Hall is the third roller coaster, which is technically correct. Depends the rules. But still, yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, the best kind of correct. I think my counterpoint to that is that DKC 3 seems to me to be much more mathematical because every stage has 2 bonus levels, one before the midway and one after, whereas this game, it can vary between 2 and...
yeah, DK3 is a lot more...
I don't know what the variance is.
Structured, I'd say, rather than mathematical. But.
Okay, here's Wrinkly. Let's stop in, have a little bit of a break. We were looking at this screen earlier and noticing all the background details, including the science equipment that's just up there on that shelf, which is kind of dangerous to store glassware up high like that. I don't know what the purple stuff is, but yeah, we'll save the game.
So I'm convinced that the exam on the blackboard is find the mistakes.
That makes sense.
Because, yeah.
Secret passages. Walls that look solid could contain secret passages that you can use to access hidden areas or shortcuts. I don't think it's usually a shortcut.
Oh man, don't get me started, Courtney. You know the one bonus stage I never fucking found? Sorry, I never found as a kid? Was the bonus stage in a bonus stage.
From the first game?
In DKC 1.
Yeah, that's a real troll, that one. On top of the fact that if you... the prize for the first one is a barrel, and if you use it in the wrong way, you won't get to the second one. You need to run into the wall with it. You can't throw it at the wall. Is that right?
Yeah.
Something like that. It's ridiculous.
Something.
Anyway, she tells you how to beat Creepy Crow.
Nice, or...
Which I did. That is a point actually in the comic. The rematch with Crow is framed just as a rematch, not as a ghostly apparition. Yes. Yes, good censorship suggestions in the chat. Instead of, yeah, we'll use the word funky. I never funky found. So here's Parachute Panic, the return of the Hive stages, and I think the last one in the game as well, if memory serves. But
bees! Yay, bees!
Oh, wasps or whatever they are.
Keep bees.
I mean, the honey and the hexagonal hive thing is very bee-like, but the zingers themselves are not quite bee-ish in their biology. So yeah, there's the DK coin there.
More waspish. So the primary difference between bees and wasps is the amount of fuzz they have on them.
Okay.
And the reason wasps are so angry all the time is they're legit angry because their smaller amount of fuzz does not pick up as much food. So they're kind of hungry and cranky all the time.
That was a weird hitbox thing. So what do wasps eat exactly?
They eat pollen the same as bees do.
Oh, really?
They just don't have as much of an ability to gather it, so they're angry a lot of the time.
Oh. Nuts.
It makes me kind of feel sad for them.
Hmm. I'm noticing a lot of frame drops on the stream that I've got up next to me. And I think... Okay, so here's a really weird thing that I never understood. You get stuck on honey, right? That's the mechanic with the honey. Your feet get stuck and you can't move while you're on it. But if you're holding... if you're holding another Kong and then walk onto it, you can walk just fine.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. So let's talk about quarks. And my belief that this is not actually quarks.
What?
Yeah.
Like physics quarks?
No, Quarks the animal buddy.
Oh, Quawks the animal buddy. Why wouldn't this be Quawks the animal buddy?
Because, well, it's partly based on the DK Vine.
And don't say he's a different color, because I can't tell the difference, because I'm colorblind.
Well, that is kind of the basis of the argument, but there's, you know, realistically, there's not much to it. It is because I liked the old DK Vine fanon that, because you can have two of these on screen at once, there's at least two of them. And
I mean, you can have two of lots of things on screen.
Yeah, that is also true. But I really liked the use of... There we go. See that?
Ooh, hey.
Tricky.
I got the Final Fantasy Dimensions 2 download working.
Oh, you actually got it. Nice.
Yeah.
So Squawks does appear in this level, only in this bonus game thing.
Yeah, you can have two on guards. You have two Quaxes. Quaxes?
Yeah, so the fan name Squeaks/Flapper comes from one of Swanky's bonus Bonanza answers, where he asks what's the name of the parent animal buddy. Is it Squawks, is it Squeaks, or is it Flapper? And... yeah... and I think those are fun names. They're much more fun to say than Quarks is. And the fact that this parrot is a slightly different color to the Quarks that you see later in DKC3 and Barrel Blast and whatever else. Which I've seen a suggestion that the difference in color is because of the lighting in here, because it's very yellow, so it doesn't really count. Okay.
So my question is, does Quawks in DKC3 have a different color than Quawks in Barrel Blast?
Hmm.
Because those are both actually stated to be quacks.
That's true. Yes.
I love that this is one of those things where it's Japan just had that information forever and we just never realized. We never bothered looking.
Yeah. What I'd be interested to know is did the Japan side of Nintendo Publishing make that up, or was that based on information that was given to them but didn't make it to the English manual?
That's a good question, actually.
So I think that's completed this level, but yeah, the key to controlling Quarks, or whoever this is, I already forgot that I was not calling him Quarks. Whatever, doesn't matter.
I mean, mechanically, he's basically quacks.
Well, actually, that's another part of the theory: is that Quarks plays very differently to how the parrot in this game plays, the purplish parrot. Because Quarks in DKC3 can fly in any direction just like Squawks can, and he can lift up barrels.
My response to that is Quacks in DKC3, you're only ever getting him through Animal Buddy barrels, so you're playing as him rather than having him carry the cons.
True. So when he's unburdened by monkeys, he's able to fly in any direction. Yeah. Is what you're saying.
That is what I'm saying.
Interesting.
And we know those barrels are empty, so... Ooh, Andre says, adult solitary wasps mainly feed on nectar, but the majority of their time is taken up by foraging for food for their carnivorous young, mostly insects or spiders. Other types, such as wasps, potter wasps and sand wasps. Potter wasps are great. I love their weird anatomy. Repeatedly build nests, which they stock with a supply of immobilized prey. Wow. Okay. Oh, I forgot they do that. I forgot they do the alien thing and lay their eggs in trapped animals.
Yeah, that's creepy. I remember a spider that there's a particular kind of wasp that relies on this one spider to
spider
propagate.
Wasps, appropriately named. Oh my god, so spider wasp tangent. So, in the recent run, Spider-Man 2099, Miguel is stuck in the present and he gets a new girlfriend whose name is Tempest Monroe. The line was unceremoniously canceled with no warning, so we never got confirmation on whether she's related to Storm, Aurora Monroe, because they... Yeah, anyway. So she develops... She has a spontaneous awakening of powers, and again, they never confirm whether she's a mutant or not, because this was kind of during the whole, like, are mutants still around thing. But either way, she, like, can sort of biological armor up into this wasp-type form. And so the community was like, oh man, I wonder if they're going to give her a superhero name, because she kind of learns how to control this and starts, like, going out on patrol with Miguel, who is Spider-Man from the year 2099. So it's like, okay, Spider-Man and his waspy girlfriend, who kind of gets turned on by trying to eat him, let's call her Spider-Wasp, obviously, right? No, Marvel went with Honeybee.
What?
I know, right? I was... my only disappointment of the line. I'm like, Peter David, why?
Is it because there was already a Wasp character with Ant-Man?
I mean, that doesn't matter. There's 5 Spider-Men running around.
More, yeah.
I mean, during
this is a
that
new part
run,
of the level that we haven't seen yet because I died a bunch of times.
Peter, Miles, and Miguel running around calling themselves Spider-Man, at least. So, and there was 2 Scarlet Spiders, and there's already like 3 Wasps, so I don't see why Spider Wasp should be that big of a deal. Nope, Honeybee.
Yeah. I feel like that's slightly sexist. You ready for some bonus bonanza? Okay.
Yeah.
Your footage is going to be behind me, but I'll read it out anyway. Don't be nervous. We all want you to win, don't we, folks? That's right. They're all behind you. So, Lockjaw's loot. What is the name of this area of the island? Gloomy Gulch, Fearsome Forest, Spooky Heights. That's what I'm looking for. Next one,
Only
please.
one of those has alliteration.
How many little wasps did the end of area giant wasp break up into? 3, 5, or
4.
7?
Wait.
No.
Okay, I'm wrong.
It's 5.
Is it 5? Okay.
There were 4 surrounding the central one.
Oh shit, we're doing the Gibbon game.
That's what I'm looking for. Next one, please. What is the name of the trendy surfing Kong who operates his barrel flights? Is it Cranky, Chunky, or Funky? So here you go.
Funky, you say?
Here's the origin of Chunky Kong. It started as a fake answer to this bonus game, which is the same situation that happens in Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie. Some of Bottle's children are named based on fake answers that appear in Grunty's Furnace Fun in the first Banjo-Kazooie.
Nice.
So anyway, that would be Funky, the funky main monkey. I knew you'd win this time. Next is Haunted Hall with a U. That's a clever pun.
Haunted Hall?
What is the name of the forest level with the blowing wind in it? Breezy Battle, Windy Woods, or Gusty Glade? Now those all have alliteration.
Glade. Gusty Glade probably would have been a better area name.
You clever little monkey. Now listen carefully. Well, Gusty only relates to that one level.
I guess, yeah. They could have done Gloomy Glade.
On the Kremling Island map, how many small wasps hover around the wasp hives? 2, 3, or 4? Now I believe
That's
this
a
is
good
3
question. I will...
because of the rule of 3s.
That's fair.
But it could equally be 4. I'm going to wait a little second for chat to catch up. Just Andre says 11?
Oh, is that a 2?
Jeff says number
we
2.
doing
Oh,
two
okay, they're
memes?
saying the second answer. Or is it 2? Oh, Gusty Gulch is from Paper Mario. 2 uppercase I's. I don't know what's going on with chat. They're not helping me at all. But I think it's 3, so... Yes,
no.
it was. That's what I'm
Okay.
looking for. Next one, please. What is the name of the Kremling Island that you are on? Is it Crocodile Isle, Crocodile Country, or Crocodile Dump?
I guess Crocodile Dump still does have a little alliteration there.
With the D's? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
It's always weird that they don't spell it with a K in Crocodile Isle. Okay, and finally, Gibbon game. Are you ready for this, Gibbon?
I don't know. Are we ready? Am I yet? I lost it. I messed up the joke. It's fine. Keep going.
You were born for this game. Which of these is not the name of an area of the island you have played? Crocodile Cauldron, Crazy Kremland, or Crocodile Canyon?
Sir, I have played all of those.
Really? I want to get your copy of this game
I know, right?
with an extra world.
There's no Crocodile Canyon.
Correct. Yes, 4 S's. Let's play on. What is your swordfish buddy's name? On Guard, Swordy, or Stabber?
Stabby McStabbington.
That would be a bit more of a violent name. Yes, it was A. You clever little monkey. Now listen carefully. How many world map globes are there on the shelves in Kong College? Now we actually
2.
counted this before.
We did count this before.
Is
There's
it 2, 1, or 0? It is 2. All right. You said it. 5 L's. The little monkey is a winner. And
Wait,
I didn't miss that blue
Mumbai
balloon.
and Bombay are the same place?
Sorry?
Oh, they're talking in chat about crocodile with a K versus a C and what the Kremlings would call it versus what the Kongs call it. And
Oh, yeah.
Andre's like, so this is a Mumbai Bombay situation?
Yeah,
And I had no idea that those were the same place.
Yeah, it's the same as Peking and Beijing, I think. and lots of other
I
places.
also didn't know about that.
It's like Japan and Nippon.
I guess that's fair.
Okay, now before we forget, we're going to visit Funky and we're going to pay his toll. And hopefully that carries over to the save for the next game.
Wait, do you just have to pay his toll once?
I believe so.
I don't think that's how it works.
Well, at least in the same instance of the game. So if I've come back here, jump in my jet and jive Clive, now it's free.
Is it?
Well, it is now.
Game to catch up.
It might not carry over to the save actually, but I
Huh,
don't know.
interesting. Okay.
Let's look at the background details here. So
Pong stands in.
Funky's got a little shack. He has a satellite dish and an aerial of some kind on top.
I've never noticed the satellite dish up there before. He's got some speakers rigged up there.
Mm-hmm. He's got his old surfboard hanging above the doorway there.
He has his old plane behind the sign.
Huh. Oh, he does. It's at an angle. Yeah, it's facing up. You can see the stripe going upwards.
Now
Yeah.
you see, I could have sworn
That's
his
really
old
weird.
surfboard was in Cranky's shop.
The surfboard.
Yeah, because Cranky's got a surfboard in the back behind the Winky in the tank.
Oh, by the way, you can just make out on that surfboard, and you can see it a lot better in the render for Funky. It actually says Nintendo on it, and it's pretty hard to make out with the pixel art. I want to test this Cranky thing though. Let's go back there.
Oh god, Courtney, I can't unsee that now. Thanks.
Yep, there's another surfboard back there actually. So I guess he has more than one.
Weird. Weird.
Alright, so here's the last level of this world. Minus the boss. Web Woods, and this is one I've kind of been dreading because...
Everyone dreads Webwoods.
Indeed, indeed. It's all too easy to die, and it's a very long level. There's a lot of instant death pits, so... First thing is there's a path split. You can go up or down.
So, one thing I've noticed in
That was weird.
Gloomy Gulch is that the levels have little cave openings at the beginning, like the DKC1 areas do.
Okay.
And I believe Crocodile Cauldron also has that. Crocodile Cauldron specifically has the DKC1 little cave entrances and exits, which kind of goes along with the theory that it was the lava levels were supposed to be in DKC1 in the final area.
Yeah, I've heard that. You can see some of the...
But I just
some
find it-
unused graphics in DKC1 of lava stuff, yeah.
I find it interesting that Gloomy Gulch has that going on, which makes me wonder if it was it's like the fifth world in the game, but I wonder if it was an early world as far as production went.
Okay, so here's something I want to point out about the webs. The way I always did it when I was younger was jumping a little bit and then...
Apparently you can do L to just drop a web below you or something?
That's right, Josh was talking about that yesterday on the stream. What he was doing to gain elevation was holding up when shooting a web to make it go higher and then jumping on it, which is a good way to do it, but the thing with the L thing, Y shoots out a little projectile attack, A shoots the platform web, but L and R both function the same as A. So if you tap L and then R in quick succession, you can get one that's just under you as long as you're in a jump like that. Which is a pro strat that I'm going to try and use today. Ah, great. Which worked quite well in practice, I will say. But with the persistent frame rate issues I've been having, it might be a little trickier to pull off. So I'll show you the bottom route now, actually, now that we have a chance. Oh, and this is the introduction of the advanced cleavers. No, not cleavers. What are they called? Cleaver is the
those
boss.
ones? They're
What are the little
cutlass.
sword guys? Cutlass, yeah, that's it. Thanks. Different colored ones. sometimes
man.
do not get their swords stuck straight away, but they'll pull them out
So-
immediately to attack again. Oh,
What
goodness.
was it? In DKC1,
That's embarrassing.
all the different colored versions of a thing were just still that thing. So like the blue critters that jumped and the brown critters that jumped in place and blah blah, those were all still critters. And in this game, some of the color variations get their own names, like the
Say what?
kabooms.
Oh, but kabooms have big functional differences. They explode and they're in a TNT
yeah,
barrel.
but the black ones with red eyes are still just clubbers.
Oh, you're right.
But then in DKC3, there's no recolors that don't have unique names.
Yeah, DKC3 has differences like that. which
But
can be-
also, like, things that were recolors in DKC1 are
Hmm.
just different gremlings in DKC2, like the Cobbles versus Kaboings, or whatever they're called.
Yes, you're right. Cobbles and Kaboings. I think. Wait, you just said that. Yeah, and Clobber is the barrel guy. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, the different, like, Cobble and Kaboing are not recolors, and they're actually a little different in that the Kaboings have two peg legs. But like, for instance, in DKC1, those are just different colors of critter.
Yeah,
also,
there,
like
there are also
some of
different
the-
zingers and stuff in DKC1.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
I also like how some of the Kremlings in this are just straight up said to be Kremlings from DKC1, only in pirate outfits this time.
Yeah.
Like Canon is just Clump in a pirate outfit.
But he has a different name, so he has a different page on Mario Wiki, of course.
Whee! Even though the profile straight up says same guy. Have zingers ever appeared in 2 subsequent games and had the same look? Are the Pion games consistent across all of them?
Well, I would say that King of Swing and Jungle Climb have very different looks because of their art style.
Yes, but I mean like the same sort of, because in those games it's the spikes on the bees are actually little like metal spikes sticking out of them.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
So I was wondering, like, what are the differences in zingers from DKC1 to DKC2? I guess is what I'm asking about.
The difference between 1 and 2,
Yeah.
they're larger in 2, which can be chalked up to the fact that you're 2 monkeys now instead of a gorilla and a monkey.
Yeah, the animal buddies are larger too, but again, 2 monkeys instead of, well, a monkey and a chimp, or a gibbon, or something. 2 children.
Yeah, well, that's all
instead of-
fanon, I don't know. They're just Kongs. Like Kim Birdian said before in chat, which I skipped over. He was asking about the zingers as bees or wasps and whether they make honey. This is the same series where all Kongs are just different kinds of apes and monkeys with no consistency or anything.
That's fair.
But to counter that, I would say that Kong, in that sense, is more a family name than a species designation.
Well,
And that the Kongs are
I'd
some
say-
kind of clan that's made up of different types of animals. A bit like the combined dinosaur clans that you see in dinosaur movies, like Land Before Time and stuff.
That's fair.
Yeah, so I'm taking this a little bit slower because of the delayed input and the frame rate stuff. But seeing this done quickly is a real treat,
Save
which I won't be
Cheryl.
able to provide for you today.
If you want to see this level done quickly, you should watch Courtney when she's doing Monkey
Oh, that's right.
Mondays and DKC Tuesdays.
Yes, but also her stream, which will be 2 days from now. She's going to be doing the Lost World, but then also when she's done with that, she's going to be showing off speedrunning techniques. So that should be a good one to watch. Okay, here come the mini Nickies. You can't just.
God, your
skip over
instant
them.
platforms are making me so nervous.
I know what I'm doing. Save state. It does help speed this level up a lot, though.
Doesn't help that this level is just fucking ginormous.
Yeah, it's funky
so
ginormous.
long.
Save's coming. Back to that. Anyway, I think I remember where all the bonus stuff is in this level, but hopefully I haven't missed anything already. There's a little hint here for how to get the first one.
God, we're not even in the first one yet.
You know, I want to bring up something about DKC 3 that I've noticed. Is I don't think the physics on the webs are quite the same. Because I feel like sometimes you drop a few webs in succession, but it's not always the oldest one that disappears first. I think that's just one of those things where the third game was made by a different team and they tried to implement the same mechanics, but they didn't quite get them right, possibly.
Oh? Did they not, like, reuse the engine?
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Because I'm pretty sure there's leftover code in the engine. Like the fact that...
Oops!
And then
it actually just happened right there that the new one disappeared before the older one, and I don't know why that is. Oh.
I think it's because it was overlapping.
Oh, great. Oh no. I've made a real cock up here. I mean, a bad thing. Huh, the screen's not gonna scroll.
Oh no!
Ah, that's funny. Okay.
Yeah, no, this level has weird screen scroll boundaries, basically.
Yeah, because you're Squidder, you can basically go anywhere, so they have to lock the screen at certain points to stop you cheating too much. Okay, so maybe it prioritizes the one you're standing on as well. So forget what I just said about the different web physics. I still think that works slightly differently in 3.
I believe it. I still think Squidder's just overcomplicated for Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah. Okay,
Like,
now-
he's pretty much the only thing in the series that uses the entire controller.
Oops. So that web was inside the hitbox of the bramble at the bottom. Yeah, you're right. X jumps off the back. Which is not applicable on barrel levels. Whoops. Yeah, DKC2 is a hard game, especially under pressure. Oh, what? Okay, that's weird, because sometimes you can jump straight up into brambles and it doesn't hurt you, see? But then sometimes you die. I don't like that. So I guess the idea here is that you put lots of little ones out and just walk across them. But that's an example of the same bonus room having 2 different rules for surfaces. I don't appreciate that.
We did it!
Hooray!
I don't know. Squidder seems very Donkey Kong Country.
Is it the eyes? Is it the shoes?
It's the shoes.
Yeah, he's basically just got Espresso's shoes, but more of them.
But yeah, he fits more in DKC3 with its slower paced gameplay, but even then
Oops.
he's a bit much even for DKC3.
Ah,
God, we're at this section of the game.
yeah. Just because this level is so long, I'm going to be using save states a bit more. Especially when we get to the end, as you'll see. There's a real FU at the very end of this level for completionists. Oh gosh. Okay. Help! Ah!
Help! Help!
Help! Help! That circling Redzinger is really something.
Circling Redzinger can die in a fire.
Yes, please. And that would actually not hurt it in this game, because Redzingers are immune to all damage, including TNT barrels. Is that not
Really?
true?
I thought you could destroy them with TNT barrels. Or do you need? Oh, you need kegs, and there aren't kegs in this game.
That's correct. There are no kegs in this game. But
Do cannonballs not kill them, or there's just never an
No.
opportunity to try because they're
no,
never in the same level?
I believe there are opportunities, but I think they're immune to everything. I don't think there are opportunities to use the TNT.
You
I know
should
that
save
it's
state.
definitely
Yeah.
a mechanic in DKC 3 that red buzzers can be killed by TNTs but not other things. Oh. Yeah, that's the thing you gotta do here. You gotta not kill that cannon. Which includes, if you want to run, you press Y and hold it down to run, but you accidentally shoot a web and it kills the cannon. But you're supposed to let the cannonball hit that wall. Yeah. Now see if you can pick up the hidden message here. It's Raz logo, spelled out in stars. Pretty cool. They did that thing a lot, actually. Later on in the game in Karil's Keep, there's a water level where you can find a hidden banana formation that is the same shape. Ah. But the first DKC had a lot of bonus stages where you had to collect letters and stuff, and one of them was you collect the letters to spell out rare. Okay, now, beyond that target, I missed it because I got in the barrel, but there's a hidden life balloon. But here is the real FU to gamers. To get the DK coin in this level,
What is that? That's like 0 frames.
it's a tiny, tiny window. There was
You
an
save
instance of a
stated, right?
I did. There was an instance of a DK coin on an end of level target earlier in the game, but it had the same length of time window as every other item. With this one, it's
Yeah.
greatly reduced. So let
This
me
is
concentrate
such
here for a
a-
second. First try, easy every time. Yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. Do, 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 do. Now,
It's
is chat
shades
weighing
that just
in
magically
how
appear.
in damage to Redzingers? Courtney's saying that she doesn't have an image in her mind of a Redzinger ever dying. So I think
Somebody's saying you can kill them in. Oh, that's fair. In DKC 3, they're buzzes.
yeah, the buzzes you can kill with the rocket barrel exhaust. Which I suppose is consistent with the TNT barrel.
Yeah, I guess red zingers are just invincible.
Okay, so we did it. Hooray!
Huzzah!
We're
And
finally
that's
at the
every
boss.
level with an exclamation point.
Let me check. See, in DKC 3, you've got the flags that show you. Yep, so that's every level done. Now, what you were saying about there being cave entrances for levels in this world, I think that only applies to Parachute Panic.
No, it was. There was way more. Like it's most of the outdoor area levels in this world.
I don't see any cave entrances.
No, I mean in the levels themselves.
Oh, I see what you mean. You start by coming out of a hole in a wall.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
A lot
Sure.
of the levels in this game don't have those transitions, but
But the caves
Crocodile
in...
Cauldron
yes.
and Gusty Gulch do.
Oh, okay. No, that's a really good
Which
point, actually.
Makes
Yeah.
me think that this was probably an early developed world.
Hmm.
So,
All right, let's get into it. So this is Creepy Crow. In the GBA version, you actually see Crow's ghostly form leaving his body after the first boss fight in Gangplank Galleon. So that's
Which is a nice little touch.
yeah, that's an addition they did there. And of course, Cranky's got little comments after all the boss battles in the advanced version. So this is actually what we were talking about before with the junior thing, having two climbable things side by side. You do this
Also, just the falling
crossing
eggs.
over thing. Just the what, sorry?
The falling eggs.
Oh, yeah. No, I think in the... oh, I missed it. I think in the third phase you can get to a point where you can get the timing... Oh, wow, okay. Sorry, I usually don't miss that. Yeah, you can get the timing so you jump off successive crows, and in fact, they go even too fast for you to jump on all of them. I mean, mini neckies, of course. So in this instance, Crow is the name of a giant mini necky, which is a really weird concept, because there aren't any proper neckies in this game. DKC1 had full-size vultures with long necks and mini neckies. And there were the giant necky bosses, whereas this game introduced mini neckies, and it also introduced a large version of a mini necky, which is just
No, the mini
strange.
neckies were in one,
Yeah, they were. But there were also full-size neckies.
but they weren't wearing bandanas.
No, indeed. And they spit nuts
Yeah.
at you, which is not
Yeah,
something
they were
they do. in this game.
stationary and they spit nuts at you. The crows in this game swoop.
Okay, this is the really hard part. You've got a small space and there's eggs coming from above and from the side. Now, there's supposed to be banana coins in every boss battle, so they're probably somewhere in there, but I never have time to look for them. Ah, yeah, that's the trick, is not wasting the barrel on a mini necky that comes at you after the real one. Wow. Oh, wow, the hitboxes are really saving me right now. Oh, does that barrel... Yeah, that barrel spawns in a random place, doesn't it?
What?
When you
Oh,
hit...
weird.
Yeah, when you hit the real mini necky, and the barrel appears, it can be in like 1 of 3 different places, I think.
Now there is a barrel on the way here. A decaying barrel.
Oh yeah, that's true, thanks. I like that this boss fight moves over, like, there's a platforming element to it, and you change arenas. Every other one, well, I guess Cleaver also has a kind of changing arena mechanic to
Yeah.
it. But this one has real progression happening, and I believe it's very much an inspiration for Scowl in Tropical Freeze.
Oh yeah, totally.
Which is a big owl that throws feathers at you a lot. Yeah, so if you get the timing, you can bounce off this, bounce off that. Actually, they are a little too slow to get a successful bounce. Ah, I missed it. Okay, we're gonna have to jump over Crow, because hiding in the corner doesn't work. There we go. Oh, of course, he comes back for another pass.
Yeah, Bashmaster's a bit like Cudgel, Scowl's a bit like Crow.
Pompey is a bit like
Pompey's
Clap of the
Pompey.
Seal.
Yeah. And this time it's personal. Fugu, in another example of a level of a world that was supposed to be in a previous game, the water area was very up. They're supposed to be in Returns, and
Ah.
even uses Returns assets. It's got like the little cattails and stuff that would have been interactable in Returns.
Oh,
And we know
Crow was
that
too slow and I
they,
missed him.
know that they were working on swimming for returns, but just didn't feel like they've gotten there yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here's something I never noticed until just now. But do you see the flags with the Kremling Jolly Roger on them? They're flapping away in the background. The rain effect that's over the screen actually doesn't interact with that flag, and there's a square around them. Now, I don't know if that's an issue with the layers in the emulator, but SNES 9X is supposed to be pretty accurate.
It's there's space on either side of the ropes as well that the rain doesn't pass through.
That's odd.
Now that you've pointed that out.
Yeah, you'll never unsee it.
Jeff is saying I'm kind of quiet.
Are you?
I don't know.
Well, I can't turn you up separate from the game. Could you talk more into the microphone? I don't know.
I mean, the microphone's right in my face. So... Unless you want me to, like, old man shout into the microphone. Hello? Can you hear me? Oh my god, there's an old guy at work doing that. Having a Skype meeting. It's like, this is Microsoft. You should know how to use Skype. We own that. But yeah, so... Yeah. Ooh, egg. Rogue egg.
Oh, again.
Yeah, no, I had tons of problems with this boss as a kid.
I'm just drawing this out because, oh man, I don't know, this is crazy. I love having so many people in chat, but I am upset that I don't have time to read any of it. Yes, unlike DK Jr., there's no difference to your climbing speed depending on how many ropes you're holding.
There is a difference in climbing speed in the two characters, though.
Oh, is that true?
Diddy's
faster?
Diddy's faster?
Yeah, he runs faster, I know that.
That's another thing that's different about DKC3 is there's no movement speed differences.
Oh, that was good. I liked that a lot. Okay.
I was not 4 when this game came out.
No! Ah, oh, stupid. Stupid me.
I was...
There's a sound cue. Oh, jeez Louise.
Actually. No, I was not in my teens. But yeah, I was a bit older than 4.
How old was I? I don't even know. When did the game come out?
It came out in 95.
Did it come out later in Australia though?
That's a good question. Let's look.
Yeah, you get that invincibility, so the egg doesn't touch you as you're coming out of that barrel. Pretty good.
It does not list the Australian release date.
Typical. What about Europe?
Country 2. Europe got it in December, while North America and Japan got it in November.
Okay, so that's pretty concurrent. So 95, I would have been 6. I probably played it the year after it came out. So I would have been 7.
That would have been like in math, I swear. That would have been 8.
Oh, no, I didn't want the barrel to appear there because there's this animation lag when you're picking up a barrel, which means that you don't have as much time to react to jump.
I didn't actually get my own Super Nintendo until after the N64 was out. So that
Wow.
would have been later, but I did go over to play this at my boyfriend's house. So,
So you're old enough to have a boyfriend.
I guess. Now that I think about it, that was kind of young for what we were doing on those sleepovers. But, whatever. But yeah, I remember he was really, really mad when to get past Slime Climb, but he still couldn't beat that level on his own.
That level is pretty rough. Although not as bad as Toxic Tower. Ah!
Yeah, no, Toxic Tower was bad.
Just speaking of Rattly levels. Wait, is Rattly in Slime Climb?
No, but
What just happened there?
I don't know. I swear there were way more eggs than usual. Faster than usual or something.
Well, they do spawn in based on your location.
So if you're hustling,
Yeah, they come in faster. See, that one came in because I got to a certain point. If I stay here, no more will come. Although,
oh, I guess you do have Rattly at the beginning of Slime Climb.
it is timed as well, I guess. Okay. You know, we said we would talk about the DK64 stream, but we didn't actually discuss it.
Yeah, we didn't actually discuss it. That was cool. That
was
was
a really
cool
cool
watching
thing.
live. It was surreal. I'm still reading reports about it like a week later and just being like, oh man, that's cool. That would have been nice to see. Wait, I did. I was there. I experienced that. And it's just so
Oops.
divorced from a thing that,
That was
was real because, like, just the entirety of it was like, is this real life? You know?
This just fantasy? Oh, wow. That was
Yeah.
weird. Okay. Alright. This is taking too long, so I am going to make a save state when I get to that point of the boss fight. I didn't want to, but I'm going to do it. But yeah, it was a really cool thing. If you don't know what we're talking about, a British guy on Twitch called H Bomber Guy, I think his real name is Harris, was doing a round-the-clock live stream for charity, and specifically the Mermaids Charity, which is a UK-based organization that supports trans people, especially young people who are transgender or gender variant. And there was such an outpouring of support for this stream, it was amazing. They ended up raising over $300,000. Was it American dollars?
Maybe?
The-
Sure.
yeah,
let's
the-
go with that.
The ticker was in dollars, but it's a UK
Yeah.
charity and a UK streamer, so I don't know why it wasn't in pounds. But anyway, it was a lot of money.
Because they were going through Twitch and they were going through Twitch's thing, tracker thingy.
Okay.
Well, they were going through something that tracked it in dollars.
I couldn't figure
I
out
know.
how the donations were actually happening and being tracked by it.
Oh, there was he had a go donate to this place button below his stream.
He didn't though. I swear I looked and I couldn't find it. There we go.
But anyway, yes, they raised over like $300,000. And considering this started as the National Lottery was donating. I don't know if it was donating money or they were being given money by the National Lottery.
Yeah, hang on. Can we we'll continue this in a minute, but I'll point out that I've just beaten the boss, so that's this
Flavio.
leg of the relay done. I will be continuing the stream and playing the GBA version of DKC2 right now. So, but that's the end of that relay part. So you stick around if you want to or not. I'm gonna go save the game at Wrinkly, and then I can pass that save off to the next person in line, which is I didn't have that written down. It's a guy who
It's a person.
it's a person. Exo Paradigm Gamer, I think, is his tag. It's someone that.
Oh, come on. The site chooses now to be slow to load.
Okay, we're gonna use 2 of our precious coins to save the game.
Oh no.
There we go. Beautiful.
Okay, here we go.
Yes, Exo Paradigm Gamer. Thank you, Andre. So there'll be links to that in the forum thread on DKVine, and he'll be playing through K-Rool's Keep, which should be interesting to see, and I hope he
Jeff
does
says
better at
pay
it than
funky
me.
before you end.
Pay funky before I end. I already did that though.
Does it stick? Like if
I
you
don't
go
know.
back to it, is it still free?
We can actually find out though, because I'll reset the game. So I've saved stated, I've paid funky, so now we're gonna hardware reset. And oops, that was the wrong button. So I'm just
Yes,
gonna
while Milo is testing that, the National Lottery was giving money to mermaids for whatever reason. And,
Yeah, that's sort of a nationally
this guy,
funded.
Graham Lynham, who
Graham Linehan,
has
yeah.
written such comedies as Father Ted and The IT Crowd,
And Black
is
Books.
a raging bigot, and actually got his followers to basically bombard the National Lottery and get the donation put on hold, but also get mermaids funding to come under review with the government.
Yeah, so he's kind of an
So-
awful person, and I don't want to give him any more attention than he deserves.
Yeah.
But
As a just out of spite, sort of, H Bomber guy was like, "We're gonna raise money for these people," and he actually had the CEO of Mermaid on stream, and he was chatting with them, and he was saying how when he started, he kind of resigned himself to be playing this over the weekend to like maybe 50 viewers, and like on the outside in his wildest dreams, like make back that money that they might not be getting possibly, but more than likely would be like get some donation that was nice but wouldn't actually like have that much of an impact, but you know, raise awareness if nothing else. So by the end of the stream, when he's raised, like, I think the CEO said it was their annual budget for like 2.5 years, and was also talking about because it wasn't government assigned funding, they didn't have to like earmark in advance, because she was talking about how with the funds allocated from the government, you have to like account for every nickel and dime and say we're using this amount for this thing and this amount for this thing, and like that becomes set in stone, and you can't like shuffle it around and use it as needed and stuff. So this money from the stream is actually just open funds that they can use however. So yeah, a lot of good done there. And of course, he was playing Donkey Kong 64
yes.
to completion, and we don't mean
Okay.
just 100%.
Hold on, just one second. So apparently I hadn't saved in game, so I was a bit worried there. But I have a save state for the GBA version at Gloomy Gulch, so we'll be able to show that off.
Okay, sweet.
But yeah, you're saying
Oh, he didn't just play to 101% completion on the save file. He collected everything in the game. The extra coins you don't need, all the extra bananas you don't need, everything.
yeah, it was also his first time playing it to completion, wasn't it?
Yeah, he said he'd never beaten it as a kid, let alone gotten like the 100% completion.
All right, so what do you realize now about the GBA
Oh, this
version?
is so much brighter. There's actually sunbeams.
It's very different. The graphical
It's-
effects. There's a lot of sounds happening. The porcupines were making noises. The cobbles have a different sound that they make.
The Sculpture's just not very gloomy.
Yeah, you're so right. The sounds are all wrong. It's crazy. But the physics are also slightly different, which is something I hadn't remembered, but I really
Oh, man,
noticed this
that
time. playing
Clobber
side
got
by
back
side.
up really quickly.
Yeah.
And those letters are not close together like they should be.
Oh, we don't have to 100% this one, actually. I'm just playing through it to show it off.
Yeah.
What are the porcupines called again? Spinies? Yeah, I think it's spinies.
Something like that.
I do have a bit of trivia about cloaks, actually. They have a new sound file too, like a lot of stuff does. Kaboom and Clobber's sound is really silly. So yeah, cloaks have a little laugh when they throw something at you. That's actually a reused sound clip. So it originated in GoldenEye as Baron Samedi's laugh.
Ooh.
But I think they pitched it up or something for this game. And it's all, yeah, this is just trivia that I saw on Mario Wiki, I think, but they also reused the laugh somewhere else. I don't remember now.
There's a duplicate,
So there's a small feature in, I think, at least the first 2 GBA remakes. I don't remember if they had them in 3, but they add these little animals to the stages that just sort of walk around. I don't think there were any in that
That's
stage, actually. Yeah, and Stilts, who's got quite a touch for music, saying that they completely replaced the drum beat and percussion in that song with a completely different drum beat. And let's see how they've changed Cranky's hut. Yeah, that little frog in the background is one of the ones that you can see hopping around different levels. We've got a DK symbol, the rare symbol on the right, some eggs, a checkered flag. Yeah, not as many concrete details, but this is, you can see Espresso in a cage on the right as well, which is
now my question
new
is,
mechanic.
Is that a Banjo-Tooie egg basket?
Oh, possibly. I think there's new advices here that weren't in the other version. Yeah. Interesting. How do you access the ostrich racing game? I don't remember this. Cranky surprise? Yeah, okay. With my newly acquired wealth from Donkey Kong Country, I have bought this bird. With your help, I'm sure we can turn him into a champion racing bird. At the moment, he is far too small to race. We need to make him stronger. Hidden on each level is a golden feather like this one. Find these feathers and bring them back to me. So in getting up to this point, I managed to collect 9 feathers, so we've got quite a few. But yeah, I like that they added a new collectible for this to give you something else to find in the levels that's completely new. And there were also the cameras. This game has cameras, but DKC 1 GBA also has them. What? Oh, the game did that on its own. Yeah, so you level up Espresso 2 with the thingies, blah 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 blah. Yeah, so speed. Let's just do everything right. Oh, there's also a sound clip for Dixie drinking from her little juice box. That's weird. Here's the cool thing about this ostrich racing. Every competitor ostrich has its own name, and they all seem to be a lot stronger than my Espresso, because this is the 5th world, and I should have been collecting more feathers. But yeah, I've seen this called, like, reminiscent of Excite Bike, and I can kind of see it. So yeah, despite lacking in stats, I'm not doing too badly. Yeah, we've got a pile of seeds which lets us boost. I don't know what the feathers that are around do, we've also got zip
I
hooks.
like that they kind of got to flex their creative muscles a little bit when making mini games for the ports.
Yeah, I mean the mini games aren't all good, but I like that they're there.
Yeah.
Okay, so the
they're
feather
neat.
lets me have a double jump, and I also want to note that there's a new music track specifically for this mini game that doesn't appear anywhere else. So now I'm falling behind. And if you're not picking up those items, then you're just gonna fall further behind. Come on. I lost. So that's Ostrich Racing. Pretty cool, huh? Yes, Stealth's feather is the double jump.
Oh, is it just straight up a Diddy Kong racing track?
No way.
Oh, it's very reminiscent of BKR. Yeah, that's true.
Ape, you better back that up. Tell me what track that is. That's really big, if that is true.
Big if true.
Important if true. Oh, that's my first save. So let's play some more levels and see what has changed.
Saving game. Do not turn off battle. Stay successful. Oh, it only says DKC, not DKC1. Did they not change the texture for the saving background?
Possibly not. The skull's eyes are green. Were they always green?
No, I think they were red before.
Hmm. Oh. I don't... So, it's not making the noises when I get the barrels. Like the bump bump noise. And
Yeah.
it's much less
Cackle-
satisfying without that
Cackle
noise.
was just Cloak's thing reused.
Another thing you'll notice about the backgrounds is that they don't look as good. Oh, yikes. And the game doesn't sound as good either. And that's the GBA's sound chip, I guess.
Yeah, basically.
Hang on, what's this?
Oh god, Dixie's
Yeah, I can see
death
something. down here.
noise sounds
Oh,
weird.
yeah, it sounds a bit like Tiny Kong's vocalizations, don't you think?
Yeah, it does actually.
Might be reused. So if I fall down in the right spot... Oh, this is new too. A Tita animation. That's not in the original.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, if you're standing on an edge,
Oh,
they do a
hey,
thing.
Interesting.
They never did that in the SNES version. Oh, I forgot that that was supposed to be a Dixie barrel. Yeah, Diddy also, that sounded very much like a DK64 sound effect for Diddy as well.
Absolutely believe that those must have been animations that already existed, just weren't hooked up. Because given the look of all the other new renders they do in the game, I super don't believe they actually had Diddy and Dixie around to make new animations with them. Because
think you're
otherwise
right.
you could have done a lot more stuff.
I have a memory of seeing them on maybe the cutting room floor or something. Unused sprites, possibly. I will mention too that this is playing a lot smoother than the SNES game was.
Yeah, I think that's just the emulator.
Yeah, so...
Shouldn't
Actually,
we discover that, like,
I have
that
Rewind
emulator-
now because of this emulator, so...
They don't make newer versions of that emulator for Mac.
Sorry, what was that?
Didn't we discover that, like, you had to get the Mac SNEX 9X off of, like, an archive site because they don't officially maintain it anymore?
Maybe. Oh. I don't even remember, and it happened 3 days ago.
Fair enough.
Alright. Here's where I redeem myself, because this is the bonus that I was stuck on for so long. I believe this is going a little slower too.
Oh, yeah. Jeff's right. The cackles are also off just one bandana.
Ah. First try.
first try every time.
Wow, I really feel vindicated by that. Funny. So yeah, they've added a lot of little touches to the advanced versions, but I think the fundamental issue with them is that, like, just the basics of the game, how it looks and how it sounds, are not as good. Like, I don't know how to put that in a
Yeah, it would have
way.
been interesting to see if they'd been allowed to go through. Oh, here's the on-foot sprites that I was talking about for the areas.
Yeah.
Because this is the same as the roller coaster. But it would have been interesting to see if they'd been allowed to go through with their tentative plan of doing Donkey Kong Country 4 on the advanced engine.
Oh, I wish so hard.
And they were talking about doing that on the advanced engine, but for Nintendo DS. But that it was determined that they should like get used to the DS architecture first, and that turned into Diddy Kong Racing DS, which is why Diddy Kong Racing DS is full of all sorts of unneeded crap that makes use of all the DS features.
Yeah.
Which is why you have random, like, oh, do this stuff on the touchscreen, or blow into the mic here, or do all of this. I just want, it's a racing game. Why are you having me up the tires on the touchscreen?
Yeah, it's not great. And it's not just side stuff too. There are things like blowing torches to get golden balloons in the hub, but at the start of every race you have to either blow into the microphone if it's the plane to like propel the
See,
motor
I didn't
or
even
whatever.
know that because I quit long before I got the plane in Diddy Kong Racing DS.
Yeah, and for the car it's swipe the stylus to turn the wheels or something. So one advantage for the advanced remakes actually, which I will say, is that they actually have a larger field of view because of the wider screen. So a lot of games that were remade on a handheld platform, whether it be Super Mario Deluxe going from the NES to the Game Boy Color, or to go Mario again, all the Mario Advance games, they're remaking SNES games onto the Game Boy Advance, but using the same sprites, and it ends up with a smaller field of view, so that all the sprites and elements on screen are very large and things can sneak up on you really easily. And I think Yoshi's Island especially suffers from this problem. That actually isn't a problem for the country remakes, because whether it's because of it being all pre-rendered and stuff, everything is, I guess, shrunken down or something, but it ends up being that elements on screen proportionally they actually give you more space.
That makes a little bit of sense because, like, I was just noting that it seems like Canon, for instance, is a little smaller in this version, proportional to Diddy and Dixie.
Yeah, I'll also point out that just then, when I was able to get the DK coin really easily just by jumping up to it, in the SNES version, you had to come at it from a higher place or have a team up. But they've sort of adjusted everything about positioning and placement in this game, and the physics, so that I was able to just jump up and get it. If you remember the one bonus stage in DKC 3 on the wharf level where you have to use Kitty's skip ability, for the advanced version you can just jump straight up out of the water to get it, and I demonstrated that to you on stream last year, if you remember. It's pretty mind-blowing. And that's good. Sun Gaming, which I believe is Zach, is saying that they're going to play this version of the game just for morbid curiosity, just to see the differences, which is excellent.
I think... Is that Sun from Courtney's server or our Sun?
I got confused because his username was Sun Wukong in the forums. No, it's not Zach.
Okay, this is...
I wish I was Zach.
Different Zach. Not Zach from Final Fantasy.
it's me, Sun. Sorry, Sun.
Yeah, Sun is from Courtney's Discord. He's pretty cool.
Alright, let's see what has changed in Swanky's Bonus Bonanza for the GBA version. Here's Swanky Kong, blah 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 blah. Yes. So, oh yeah, okay, so I guess there's 2 screens for this. Once you go into one of these questioning things, yeah, you enter this other screen, and there's Candy Kong. So Candy Kong has a role in this game, sort of. She just appears as kind of a background element.
She's the Vanna White.
Which is a reference that I never got. Apparently that's Wheel of Fortune.
Yes.
She's the lady who turns the...
What sort of intrigues me about this is she's actually, like, they've doctored up her render a bit. She's in a dress and has, like, a little flower in her hair.
Absolutely, it's all new graphics. It's really cool.
Is it all new graphics for Candy?
Oh, I don't know. They might. You mean they might have adjusted the DKC1 sprite?
Yeah.
So I just got confused about how the interface works. You actually move your Kong on the buttons on the ground and then jump on it, and if you're wrong, you fall through. So that's a cool little detail for this. But I also got the worst line, which I think Ape got on his stream the other day with Swanky calling you stupid. But anyway, let's leave. Now, I don't remember from the SNES version, but were there explicitly TV cameras shown to be filming the whole thing?
No, I don't believe so.
Because you could see them right there in the foreground. Oh, here we go. So Quarks looks a lot more like Quarks in the advanced version because he's quite purple. The thing about the color difference was he's more of an indigo color in the SNES game. But they've adjusted it here to match the DKC3 sprite. That's pretty interesting.
Okay, so it looks like they had made a new Candy model for the GBA ones, because I forgot she had that, like, dance studio minigame.
She did indeed. That was awful, by the way.
Yeah, it was awful. So they probably did actually, like, put that new render in a Vanna White gown. And give her a new hairpiece ornament for this. So that's neat.
Yeah, a little parrot sound effect there. And did the Zingers have sound clips on SNES, or is it just a lot louder here?
No, they had the buzzing noise, I think. They at least made a sort of buzzing noise when you killed them.
This has been Parrot Noises 2019. Oops. Oh, there's the hidden feather. Ah.
Yeah, there are a lot of sound effects going on in this version.
Oops. Okay. Yeah. Unnecessary sound effects for some of them, I would say. Like, there's a lot of tweaks in these games, and some of them are improvements, but some of them are sort of like, why was that necessary kind of thing? Yes, Andre. I am using my Braid Tim superpowers to rewind time. Yeah, Stilts has a really good point there. Like, you do actually lose something with so many random sound effects going on.
Yeah.
And the ambience and the aesthetic of the original games was really strong. Oh, let's see Funky Storm. We haven't seen that. Wow, it's actually on a giant floating surfboard. yeah, pretty good tune.
This is good. Disembodied head of Funky on a floating surfboard. like the Wizard of Oz. Pay no attention to the gorilla. His surfboard is red now.
Yeah, it's bright red. But
I
you can
like
see a
it.
landing strip on the floor there. That's nice.
That's true. There is a landing strip.
Yeah, the weird thing is that Funky and in fact Wrinkly don't really have a purpose in these games because you can save at any time from the map. So instead they gave Funky a minigame. They didn't actually give Wrinkly a minigame now that I think of it, but Funky has his own one as well. And yeah, he's got a lot of lines here. Oh, what's wrong? Apparently I can't do it. I don't know why. I wasn't listening. Why don't we pay attention this time? Pick it and kick it, Kongs, you're A-OK. You're not ready for this mission yet. Oh, okay, so you have to do the missions in order, or at least do the training mission in the first world before you can do later ones. But,
oh yeah, Wrinkly has the camera side quest.
oh, okay, Wrinkly's been given a side quest where once you talk to her, maybe I haven't done this and so they haven't been appearing, or maybe I just haven't found any, but there are hidden cameras in addition to the hidden ostrich feathers. And by collecting the cameras, it's another little collectible that they've added to, I would say, add replayability for people familiar with the original. But yeah, it's a new thing you can find, and when you find them, you unlock pictures in a gallery, basically.
Yeah.
Oh! The life balloon sound effect is taken from DKC 1.
Huh.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh, Squitter also now has a sound effect for shooting out a web if you listen carefully.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's kind of gross.
No, I just mean you shoot out lots of webs, so.
I mean, he had a sound effect in the original, but to Stiltz's
It
point,
wasn't
like
bad.
it was more subdued and subtle, but it's more like loud and cartoony in this version. Oopsie.
Were they compensating for like the GBA not having an earphone?
Okay, so the LR trick does not work in this version of the game because L does not shoot out a platform web. And of course, because the GBA's only got the two face buttons, R takes the place of, takes the place of A for all the functions in this game, which has thrown me off a few times, to be honest. Doing team-ups and things, so you gotta use R. And they actually changed some of the banana formations in the game to reflect that, which, you know, I would expect them to. But yeah, I don't know about, yeah, okay. It is still possible, but the platform web I feel like moves a little bit faster, or just pressing the same button twice isn't as easy as tapping both shoulder buttons in succession, so it's harder to get that jumpy platform trick thing. Oh, I think Squitter also has lost his honk sound effect of being hurt, which is a shame.
That is a shame. That was one of his defining features.
Indeed, along with the shoes. Some of the new honks are pretty good. But, I mean, part of it's like, it's different, so I don't like it, you know? They changed it, now it sucks. Which sometimes is a valid trope, but sometimes it's just a knee-jerk reaction.
The transparency layers are a bit more heavy-handed in this one. It's really distracting me.
Ooh, a butterfly. That's one of those new little features.
Oh, yeah.
Oops. Something I didn't...
Oh, that was a yellow instead of a red.
Oh,
And you
yeah,
could
that
kill
Zinger
it.
that gave me so much trouble in the SNES version. It's yellow in this one, so you can just kill it straight away. Notice there was a bird in the background. Yeah, it's
Also, there were not as many
Let's try.
Kaboings.
Yeah, you're right. There were 4 before, and there was only 2 now. Could be sprite limitations. Could be making the game easier. Oh wow! How I've blitzed through this so quickly. That's really good. I mean, part of that is rewind.
Helps. Yeah.
Oops. Ah. Diddy's got a little sound put down when he's standing on the edge.
Oh, the rain is a foreground layer one instead of a background.
Ah, yeah. It's passing in front of everything. That's more realistic. That fits better, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crow's sound effects are a lot louder here. Oops. That sound effect was a bit subtler, and also I think the eggs come in quicker.
And they also don't have that bombs away noise announcing their presence.
They have a small noise, but yeah, it's not the...
It's not the...
Yeah. Not as much warning. Because it does take a little bit of time to adjust when you're climbing those ropes. Oh yeah, I always like that you could bounce off Crow just after you've damaged him. Actually, I don't know if it's a him or a her, because there's a lot of eggs around. So it could be a lady Crow, a lady Neki. I'm sure the manual has a pronoun there. It's probably male. Ah, there was only one mini Neki after the real one in this phase. So there's a few things they've tuned to make the game easier. And that's what you notice when you play them side by side like this. Ah, here's a cool feature. Cranky comes out after every boss fight to give a little snide comment. Oh no, not the same boss again, but as a ghost. Oh, I was so scared. You are doing really well. Only K-Rules keep to get past. So there you go. That's how it looks in the GBA version. Oh, I guess the one big thing that I haven't mentioned at all yet is the world maps. They look completely different, and I think they look terrible.
Yep.
Yeah.
No argument.
So that's the GBA version. Wasn't that fun?
Yay.
Thanks for sticking around, everyone. But there's even more. If you will indulge me, I also prepared the Game Boy, not the Game Boy version, but Donkey Kong Land has a world called Gloomy Gulch with all the same names, although some of the levels are, well, you know, all the levels are different. It's completely new levels. So let me just bring this up. Hopefully this works. What's this? Go away. Huh. Is this the wrong version? Hold on a second. 2.0.5, that should be the right one. It's just not in here. So we'll find it. I hope you can't see this. Okay. Oh, the ear bleed. That's terrible. I got to turn that down.
Not so bad on the screen. Oh wait, I have the sound turned up.
Oh, how loud is that?
That's better.
And I'm using a
There's
different
the
emulator
volume
again.
muted
So I don't actually have the discrete controls for changing the volume level. Oh, yep, I do. Okay, it's in the menu somewhere. All right. All right, is that better?
Lol.
Okay. La.
Lol.
So I've actually turned you down. Hang on.
Oh
I can change that though.
well.
Nope. Oh, how did I do it? Damn.
La 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 la. Giant ants from space waste the human race.
Okay.
Then they eat your face. Never leave a trace. La la la
Open
la
the
la
door,
la.
get on the floor.
La, la,
Everybody
la,
walk the
la,
dinosaur.
la,
Alright,
la,
cool.
la.
So this is Donkey Kong Land 2. I'm playing it in Super Game Boy mode, which means we get a lovely background of bananas. Okay, that's all set up. Okay, so I've turned Gibbon back up. He should be
Whoa.
okay.
I'm back.
Yeah, sorry the game was so loud before. I don't want to miss out on these chip tunes though, they're fantastic. This is actually Grant Kirkhope's first job at Rare. When he was hired, he came in to convert David Wise's original tracks for DKC2 onto the Game Boy format, and after that he got on the GoldenEye team. So yeah, that's some cool trivia about this game. Now, is this right? There's only one Clubbers kiosk in DKL and it's off here? Anyway, this is a 100% save file that I already had from before, which is why I'm using this emulator to do it. Otherwise, I mean, personally, I would say that the color options for playing this on a Game Boy Color are better than what you get for playing it on a Super Game Boy. Oops. But then you miss out on this wonderful banner and the coloured icons in the HUD at the bottom there. Oops. So yeah, this is Gloomy Gulch again, but this is the DKL2 version. Like I said, all the levels have the same names, but the layouts are new, designed by the handheld team. You know,
So I've recently been playing the HD update of Wonder Boy and the Dragon's Trap, which takes the Sega Master System ROM under the hood, and the HD remake is actually just a really fancy emulator built on top of the ROM.
oh, that's
that
fantastic. I thought it was the other way around, but
No,
That's really cool.
That's why you can turn off. That's why all the same glitches and stuff are still there, because they literally just like, well, instead of trying to reverse engineer all these glitches and all this gameplay we love about the original, let's just build the new thing on top of the original. And they did do some ROM hacking, like they added some extra dungeons and changed some features and stuff around for the better. But it's just a really fancy emulator on top that displays the new graphics when you have the new graphics turned on. Same with the music and stuff. But where I was going with this was it would be kind of neat to see that sort of thing applied to, like, the Game Boy Donkey Kong Lands, or even the Super Nintendo Donkey Kong Countries.
Yeah, I would say the latter more than the former, because, like, you'll notice the physics are a bit wonky and stuff in this version. I would rather have the other popular fan wish, which is to have the land levels remade in the country engine or a newer engine.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Okay. Oh yeah, there's the DK coin in this one. You go past the target. Sneaky. And yeah, they just bounce you off the screen. Oh, actually, that's right. So not all the levels have the same names. There are like 2 or 3 exceptions for Donkey Kong Land 2, and this is one of them, Crazy Coaster.
Yeah, they
So-
have a bunch of.
Yeah.
You're right. There's a bunch of empty space.
So instead of, instead of making the new Haunted Hall background and stuff, they just reused the same coaster background that was in Crazy Kremland, including the music, to make the Haunted Hall equivalent, which is much
The
less
other
creepy in
thing
this version, and
about
also
this
doesn't
game
have
that I've
cackle.
been to do is there's a very active Virtual Boy developing community, and they've reverse engineered a Virtual Boy SDK and stuff.
Cool.
And they make games for Virtual Boy, and one of the things that somebody made was a Game Boy emulator for the Virtual Boy and they're working on getting it to. They have to kind of fine-tune it on a game-by-game basis, but they get it to separate out background layers and stuff, so you get the 3D effect, even though you're running a Game Boy game. So it'd be interesting to play Donkey Kong Land 2 on the Virtual Boy for sort of the originally intended Virtual Boy target platform.
Yeah, because there was going to be a version. Oh wow. Have you ever seen a no coaster sign before?
Huh, I think so. Yeah, it is interesting that Donkey Kong Land 2 really just seems like a port rather than a thing they invested time into. Like, Donkey Kong Land 3 at least has like new areas and new stuff, even if it reuses bosses, whereas none of them quite come to the scope of Donkey Kong Land 1.
Oh, Gibbon.
Hmm?
It's a Quark's barrel that transforms you into Quarks.
Ooh, you're right.
And yet he can still only fall. He can't fly
Well,
upwards.
That's me never bothering to play this game and being wrong about stuff.
Well, I'd forgotten about it. Yeah, I believe because of technical limitations and all that, in this game there's only transformation barrels, not crates. So no riding animals.
That's interesting.
Yeah, they already can't
Actually,
have two
wouldn't it-
Kongs on screen, so having 3 playable sprites on screen, or even 2. Oh, great. That was an unwinnable situation. Oh, okay. Oh, never mind. Yeah, not familiar with this version at all. I didn't practice Donkey Kong Land 2. I just had this already completed save file that I've just loaded up. And yeah, the fact that the level designs are completely new is throwing me off, because with GBA, at least the layouts are all the same, so my muscle memory still mostly works, but they're all new in this game. So how's chat doing? Do we still have a lot of viewers? Oops.
We got 12 viewers.
Oh, not bad. Not bad.
We had like 16 earlier, but
Cool. Still saying that this version of the song is intense, and good job, Grant. Well, that's good, because I'll give you another chance to hear it. So I was almost at the end and I died. Something I noticed earlier too, there was a second transformation barrel, and when I got to it, it actually gave me another hit, effectively being like a DK barrel. Is that a situation you ever encounter in the country games? And if so, does it work the same way? I'm sure it happens in DKC 3, because there are a lot more levels in that way. You spend the majority of the time as an animal buddy. So I think after a midway battle or something, there's another transformation. But I don't recall.
don't recall either.
Yeah, I don't think it happens in this game, but I'm pretty sure it happens in number 3. Okay. Clamp on. Didn't get me this time.
Haha!
I will say that I said the physics were a bit off, and they are, it's true, but I think they've done a really good job at like approximating them, and it's almost the same, you know?
Yeah.
I am actually really impressed with the land games in general. More so the second and third ones, because the first one's really rough around the edges. Um,
I
but
don't know.
I admire the new content in the first one, definitely.
Yeah, like you say new content, but the entire game is new.
Yeah,
Like-
but like the whole game of this is new because all the level layouts are new, even if
I
they
mean,
reuse gimmicks
like-
and stuff. But
the entirety of number one is new, down to new like level and like tile set archetypes.
yeah,
and
new enemies.
new
Yeah.
enemies, new bonus mechanics.
Mhm.
They experiment a little bit with some map screen like branching paths and interactive stuff like the bomb.
Yeah, you collect the bomb in a level and then you can open up a
And
blocked path in
like, there's
Overworld.
just- they do a lot of stuff in Donkey Kong Land 1.
Okay, Squid is here. And I noticed that they simplified his sprite quite a bit for the Game Boy version because he's all mottled on. He's modeled on the SNES, but
Ooh,
the
Jeff,
color's
does
quite
this
clear.
mean that the Snowmads were active behind the scenes as far back as Donkey Kong Land 1?
For what reason?
The secret level exits in Tropical Freeze are modeled after Donkey Kong Land
Oh, that was actually the return of the Ghost Rope, which they're confined to the one level in Country 2, but not Land 2. Yeah, sure, why not? Snowmans, go for it.
1.
What is going on here? I can't. Okay, so Squid has one type of web in this game. By pressing B, you shoot out a web. And if you manage to press select while it's still on screen, it will turn into a platform. But otherwise, it also acts as a projectile attack.
I love how it just sort of falls over.
Yeah. Ah. Okay, good time to save state. Don't know if I'm gonna get off any of those trick platforms. Whew. Okay. And they can still be aimed. Whew. Well, this is a little bit more gentle than the SNES web woods.
We believe in you.
How's Chad? They got any questions for us?
I'm just commenting. They said that it's neat how Squidder looks without the stripes.
Hmm. Is it possible it's a different spider?
I believe the manual specifies that it's Squidder.
Yeah. So, how do you explain the lack of spots in this game?
Obviously, though, it's two shades of color that end up looking the same in black and white.
Oh, okay, so he still has the spots, but you just can't see them. Makes sense to me. Oh. I guess that was a secret. Oh. Wow. Never mind. Squid got a dye job. Oh, okay. That makes sense. And that's the end. Web Woods, not nearly so daunting in the Game Boy version. Oh yeah, so every boss fight in this game, due to a glitch I think, uses the Crocodile Core final boss theme, Oh no, he gets it in the thing as well, doesn't he? In the flying croc. Does he? Now I don't remember. Anyway, I
Is
believe.
it still Creepy Crow, or is it just?
Yeah, it was Creepy Crow, at least according to the level name. Oh wow, okay. I noticed that an egg appears and not a barrel for you to throw at him.
Oh, and
But yeah,
we
he looks
do
the same.
Rise up. Okay.
Yeah, there's 2 hits at the start. I don't remember how the rest of the fight goes, but it does play out differently. So yeah, the DK Vine contention about this game is that it's a separate adventure that takes place after Donkey Kong Country 2. Now clearly that's nonsense, and this is just like a retelling with different details, such that the full actual adventure is basically the size of 2 games, which I think just gives Country 2 a more epic feeling, befitting its status as the best game in the series. So that's my take on it. Oh, seriously? Okay. That was actually, yeah. You gotta let it stop, of course. Oops. Wow, okay. So that was an unexpected side effect of using my save state here, is that we've now got green... Neon green has replaced some background layer of this Super Game Boy border, apparently. Okay, so if I jump over, yeah, okay. We've got plenty of jump height in this game, so you can clear that.
Creepy Crow. Frustrating people since 1995.
Yes, indeed. Okay, I think I gotta jump to the left and then jump to the right.
So, if you were to do a hack/remake of Donkey
Yes.
Kong Country, Donkey Kong Land content, it's really easy to say where that would go, because you just stick it after the first K. Rool fight. Where would you put the new levels from Donkey Kong Land 2 in such a project?
Oh gosh, that's a really good question. Because they're new levels, but
Would you just insert them in with the world and have just more levels?
I don't know. Man, now you got me really questioning. Because I think people would want the pure experience of DKC 2. So maybe have them off to the side or accessible through some flip thing. Maybe you clear a world and then you unlock the ability to play through that world again with new levels.
Or maybe there's a New Game Plus mode where...
Yeah, New Game Plus. It's like an optional thing. And it happens after you've completed the DKC 2 portion.
Oh man, Andre, that is a deep pull.
So yeah, that's it actually. Yeah, what did Andre say?
Not bad. He says he swears the sound effect of hitting Crow with the egg is exactly the same as the vehicle destruction sounds from Godzilla the series for Game Boy Color. Which Godzilla series? Godzilla or the Monster World game? Or do they both use the same sound effects?
Yes, I agree with Jeff on this actually. He's saying that every version of any game is telling part of, but not the whole story. So DKC2 SNES, DKC2 GBA, and DKL2 are all adaptations of some nebulous real event, and none of them tell the whole story. But yeah, you can get an idea of the whole story by piecing it all together from those different adaptations. Yeah, I mean, the reason DK Vine says it's a separate adventure is because it's more absurd that way and fun. And yeah, like, Stilts had the same idea that there'd be a second quest, sort of, to get new levels and stuff. Agent Ape is saying Ice Theme or Bust. Well, this was supposed to be only Gloomy Gulch stream, but I guess I'll go to one of those levels since you specifically requested it, and we'll just have that on the background.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the end of the Gloomy Gulch stream. Thank you very much for joining me. I think it was fun. It was good. It was really good having you here, Gibbon. So thanks very much for the commentating and everything you've done here.
Thanks for allowing me to latch on like a limpet instead of showing off how bad I am during my own stream of this game.
I don't worry. I think I came off very badly during my initial SNES run there. That was a bit of a... Yeah, that wasn't good. And thank you very much, everyone in chat. It was really great having so many people following along and interacting. That was really great, and I'm sorry I wasn't able to talk back to you too much because of focusing on the game, but I really appreciated having you all here. So yeah, that was good. So we'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I think.
That is correct.
For Exo Paradigm Gamer doing K-Rules Keep. And I stream every week on Wednesdays my local time, which is Thursday... No. Yeah, Tuesday 6 p.m, right? For Pacific Standard? Anyway, it's the same time as I did this, but 2 days earlier.
Yeah.
And Gibbon also streams very occasionally whenever he feels like it.
Yeah, I used to do it a lot more often, but I have a day job now.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So I'm sure he'll announce on his Twitter if he's going to do one. So follow Gibbon on Twitter at IamGibbon. And I'm MilosCat on Twitter and Tumblr. But yeah, this was really fun. And thank you very much to Ape for organizing the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's a particular one I want to shout out. Yeah, so that's the end. Bye-bye.
Ciao.